you have. That is relevance. Okay? It's engaging. Students are solving real-world problems. I've got a video on here. I sure hope it plays. I mean, it's something that I'm talking about. These kids are solving real problems. And so you don't have to worry about engagement when you've got a situation where your curriculum, your math, is done out in the community, and you're trying to solve a real problem for the city or whatever it is, and it resonates to their heart. You don't have to worry about them being engaged, okay? Because that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. The problem comes in when we have X plus Y equals Z, and that's all we do. You see what I'm saying? But if you can tie it to something, that means something to them, or will pique their interest, I'm telling you, you just kind of facilitate. You walk around the room because they'll be engaged. And ultimately, isn't that where we want to get to? Yeah. To where we can just say, it put me out of business. Kids put me out of business. I'm handing it to you guys. I'm just watching. I'm being a resource to you. That's the goal. Let's go. What's an example of a current trending topic? Okay. Right. You can talk about just open the school. And he's done. You can talk about math. You can talk about salaries. You can talk all kinds of different things. But the magic word would be his name. I'm just saying, okay? Whatever's trending in Twitter, find out what's trending in Twitter. Those things, okay? I'm just saying. I mean, find out what's trending, and whatever is trending, find a way to put it in your class. All right, so that's relevance. Find out what's culturally connected to our kids from a culture standpoint. Okay? And so if I lived and if I worked at a school where we had, let's say, 95% kids from suburban Birmingham or wherever it is, I'm probably not going to focus a lot on inner city issues. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Okay? Like, for an example, when I worked for, I guess, 12 years in a suburban city outside Birmingham, I didn't really focus on a lot of things that were in the city. I just didn't, because it wouldn't resonate. It wouldn't connect. And so wherever you are in the makeup of your kids, you can connect it to that and get their hearts involved. The curriculum part is easy. What you are after is student engagement. If you can get student engagement, you got it. You got it. Okay? All right, so why are we focusing on literacy across the curriculum? And I can't read my slide because it's so large there. I don't know why. I don't know why it came out like that, but I'll send y'all the presentation. But what it talks about in this particular thing is that in the 21st century, our kids are having to, number one, even when using technology, they must be able to use literacy skills. Okay? When they read technology, when they read and they get on social media, they still need to be able to assess what they are reading for understanding. And so I consider the most important skill is to be able to read and understand what you're reading. Period. Okay? And so 21st century is also involving automation. They've got to be able to read directions. Although the machine is operating in the manufacturing setting, they've got to be able to understand and read how to program the thing. I mean, and so they have to be able to read for understanding. And so as it relates to literacy, there are two areas that I think every person in here can focus on. Every person, the band teacher, the math teacher, the choir teacher, there are two areas that I think that every person can focus on. Those are the two. Content area literacy, Coach, I think it's kind of content area vocabulary and comprehension. And so I've got a website that I'm going to send to you. And so all you got to do is put your subject in, and it will spit out to you vocabulary words and definitions. Okay? So if you teach 7th grade math, it will give you math words that are aligned to your curriculum and at your grade level that you need to cover. Okay? And so what we got to do, we have got to, because if a kid can decode what the word means, a lot of times they can understand the paragraph. I'm telling you. And so most of the time, it's like, I don't know what that word means, I don't know what that word means, I don't know what that word means, so I don't know what anything means. But if I know that word, I know that word, now that allows me to be able to answer the question. Think about it in math, Ms. Purgett. If they can't understand the words, the math content words within that paragraph, a lot of times they're stumped right there. They're stumped right there. And so we're going to focus on, we're going to become great vocabulary and comprehension teachers. We're all going to become reading teachers. So now I'm not just going to throw you out there and say, oh, you're going to be able to do it, da-da-da-da-da. We're going to provide support. All right? And so we're going to have district professional development coming in. Matter of fact, they're coming this afternoon for the first session, but they're coming back in about a week. And they'll come back again in another week, okay, to work with us on building literacy strategies. You see Reva Barnes over there, reading coach. She's going to be in your classroom often, okay, to help support reading across the curriculum, okay? She's going to help. And so if you've ever seen her teach, she was a facilitator when she was teaching, when she was in the classroom. She didn't do a lot at all. Am I right when I say very little lecture at all? And so everything was handed to this kid. Here's this station, here's this station, here's this station, that station. And all she did was walk around, what do you need? And she questioned kids. Questioned kids. How did you get to that? How, those types of things. Okay? All right, so vocabulary comprehension, we're going to get real good at that. And so it's going to be delivered through strategic teaching. You guys know what that is, right? Strategic teaching. All right, so and I'm not going to get into strategic teaching right now because they're going to focus on that later on this afternoon. Okay, but what I am going to do, I'm going to pass out one of these to every person. This is the strategic teaching handbook, and what it is, it has probably 50 different literacy strategies. I got this made up for every person. And so when you need a literacy strategy, you just go to the book. There's about 50 of them in here. Okay? Just go to the book, and it will provide you with every before strategy that you need, every after strategy that you need, every during strategy that you need will be in this book. And this is not based on you being an English teacher. This is for the science teacher. This is for the math teacher. It's for the band teacher. It's for the PE teacher. Okay? All right? And so that's how we're going to deliver the curriculum. All right, so we'll have a 4-week experimental period. And so what that involves is that when we start school until the end of August, the 1st of September, we're going to flirt around, especially for you non-English people. English folks know a little bit about this. I'm talking about for the math person who's like, this is the first time kind of trying to do this. It's okay. We're going to experiment. We're going to fail. We're going to get some things right. We'll get some things wrong. We'll make some corrections. We'll provide support. Okay? And so when a coach comes into your classroom, Reba or anybody comes into your classroom, Thomas comes, they are not there to evaluate you, period. All they come in to your classroom to do is provide support. They are your partner. Now, I come in to evaluate. Ms. Smith, but initially I don't. I come in to see where you are, assess where you are, because normally I'll stop in for 2 to 3 minutes. And there's 2 things I'm looking for. I'm looking for student engagement. What are the students doing? And then how well you're managing your situation. Those 2 things. Okay? All right, so support will be provided by Literacy PD, reading, coach availability, and admin walkthrough and feedback. Okay? Feedback. All right? And so one of the things, I've identified an area that I got to work on as a principal, because it's hard to sometimes get in classrooms and provide effective feedback. And I got to do a better job with that. And I am. I am going to do a better job with providing effective feedback. That's what you guys need. All right? And so what is the expectation? Proceed as normal, and this is one of the things that we did last year. But 30 minutes, twice a week, will be dedicated to close reading and whole group. Now, if you've never heard of that, you know what that is. Greg, right? Okay? But if the math teacher, what in the world is close reading? What is that? Whole group, close reading. Social studies. Some of your social studies, it's Williams, you probably know what that is, right?
Absolutely.
Close reading. We look at the text. We create a KWL, right? We annotate the text. All right? We can do that in math. We can do it in social studies. We're going to get real good at it. 30 minutes, 2 times a week. All right? 2 times a week. And so we're going to have text. We'll have the social studies text. We're talking about this war and that war. Okay? Okay? And so, but what it is not, it's not going to be evaluative. It is for you to fail. It's okay. We want you to mess up. But the thing about it, though, when you do not get it all right, we need you to ask questions. Yeah. Ask questions. All right? Ask questions. All right? And so, proceed as normal, but 30 minutes, twice a week, will be dedicated to close reading and whole group. And so, the 2 things that we're after is students understanding vocabulary. And when do you normally expose them to vocabulary? Before, during, or after? Initially, you're going to introduce it in the before, right? All right? And then your comprehension a lot of times will happen during the during section, right? And then we recap kind of in the after. We reassess. Okay? That's in a nutshell of what it looks like. Okay? But they're going to talk about that later. I like to talk about the big picture. All right? And so, lesson plans due Monday mornings, 8 o'clock in my box outside of the door. These are just some things for new folks. There's a box outside my office. You put there Fridays if you like. Okay? Monday morning, 8 o'clock. Okay? And so every principal's goal, let me tell you. And so I talk to 19 other principals every summer. And they're our goal, man, I got to get into more classrooms. I got to get into more classrooms. And so I tell the office, I say, look, from 9 to 10, I tell Coach, I say, Miss Smith, hey, look, Coach, I'm in classrooms. They know. And so I have to dedicate time, because if I don't dedicate time, here comes another parent. You understand? And so that's all of our goals, to be with you as much as we can. And that's my goal as well. Okay? And so 8 o'clock in my box, outside of the office door there. Now, what should your lesson plan include? Well-written, high-order learning target. Well-written. And so what I want you to do really quick, and you should have your laptop, it should take 2 to 3 minutes. Each table should take 2 to 3 minutes. Well-written learning target. Before, during, after literacy strategy and assessment. This is what should be included in your lesson plan. And so those of you who have a laptop should have a laptop. And so what I want, real quick, this is what I want you guys to do real quick, okay? It should take 3 to 4 minutes at max, okay? I want you to find let's go to this first. Use whatever resource. Now I want you to read this. Use whatever resource that you can. You have to find a quality, well-written learning target on the DOK 3 level. Okay, I'm not talking about DOK 1. I'm talking about DOK 3. I don't care what subject you guys use. You use math, science, English, social studies. It doesn't matter. But find me a well-written learning target. And obviously, you can go to Google real quick and find one. Or you can go to your old lesson plans, whatever you need to do. It doesn't matter. But in the next 3 to 4 minutes, work as a group, work as a table, and decide. You have to. I see no laptop. I don't see laptop.
We don't own them.
Coach. All right, so go 3 to 4 minutes. DOK 3 level.